the Cinity Gaming Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Cinity Gaming Podcast for November 2013, and joined by me, Connor.
Ermagerd. Phil Ermagerd.
You're a hobo.
The Hobo Shack.
What? Huh? What?
Guys, this is supposed to be the bit where you say your names.
Wait, 20 seconds. I wonder how many percentage we offer as a podcast.
I'm Hayden,
trying
by
to
the
look
way,
it
I'm
up.
over here.
There's
Crying out loud.
hang on, if we do it for 60 minutes,
Yeah, but normally it lasts longer than that.
160. So
What?
about just
Good
over
point.
one 120th of the way through the podcast.
Wow. Look, I don't care about the maths, just
Just
tell
shut
the
the
audience
fuck
your
up.
name.
What?
Just tell the audience your name.
My name's Susan. I'm from Cinity Gaming.
Susan. Alright, we'll call you Susan then.
Susan.
Okay, that's something we're not going to mention about, but yeah.
What?
Something
I'll tell you afterwards.
Susan. Hayden will tell you later, but
What's
yeah.
this about Susan?
Why'd I have to catch my eye?
Alright, it's me, Connor,
I'll tell you.
Phil, Susan, and Hayden
Hello.
from Cinity Gaming. Peter has changed his name today.
Put
my
it in
Patricia.
I am very tempted to do that.
if you want to, yeah.
Susannic Patricia.
I don't mind.
Susan.
Join us on
Your new
the
nickname.
podcast about
Susannic
Susan.
Patricia.
What? I don't understand what's going on.
Anyway, you might have noticed there's no music at the start of this one. There'll be the jingle and all that, but there's no music because, well, the only thing we're talking about today is next-gen consoles and loads of stuff about that. There's no set script that we've written, so... Yeah, who wants to kick off by talking about something about next-gen consoles?
Fun fact: did you know Gen short generation?
Well, yeah, obviously. We know that. But which one are you guys getting?
360.
Let me think.
360.
Sorry, PS Vita. That's a next gen console.
Yeah,
True.
but you've already got it.
No, I'm not allowed it. Good thing about it.
Technically,
allowed
you
it,
still
you
have
still
it,
got
though.
it.
It's your Christmas present, but technically you still got it.
Yeah.
So,
No.
you're getting a PS Vita. Peter?
I'm getting a PS1.
PS1. So you're going back to... Is that the sixth generation?
He wants
or
to play
fifth?
Battlefield again.
No, this is. I think we're in the 8th generation or 7th.
Where the Xbox One and PS4 are 8th.
Man,
So he's going back. He's going back a long
Dad?
time.
Yeah.
it's you guys.
Like, what is he on about?
Alright, guys, just a bit...
Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
I'm
but
confused.
Alright, the more you mess around, then the less time people will listen to this. I asked you a simple question and you haven't answered it yet. What next generation console do you want to
Are you
see?
getting an
What,
Xbox
me?
One or a PS4? Simple question.
Let me think. Due to the possible
Right, we'll come back to you.
possibilities,
We'll come
I'm
back to
going to
you.
get an Xbox
Okay,
One
right,
for my
You're getting an Xbox One.
present.
Phil?
I don't know. Possibly.
Well, it depends what my brother wants. Because
Right.
of he set up a deal with me that if he gets the Xbox One, he'll get a PS4 and give it to me.
Right.
But if he gets an PS4, he'll get an Xbox One as well and give that to me.
Ben on the condition that when he wants to
Right.
play it, you get the fuck off.
Basically,
But which one would you prefer to have?
probably the PS4 because if I really
Really?
want to
Wow.
play Battlefield.
Well, that's on the
Well, that
Xbox
comes
as well.
Is that on the Xbox as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 came out on the Xbox 360.
Today.
Yeah, in
Well,
this country.
yesterday.
In this country, it will be, I think.
It's already out. It came out Tuesday.
It's out.
alongside 2K14 on Tuesday.
It's out.
Battlefield 4
Yeah,
out today.
Battlefield 4's out.
Yeah, yesterday.
Assassin's Creed 4's out, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that
That's
came
a
out
pretty
2
cool
days
game.
ago.
That came
That
out
got
on
moved.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that got moved back.
That's
I
already on
remember-
Twitch.
I remember
That got moved
selling.
forward. Sorry, yeah.
I remember selling a copy on Tuesday
Yeah.
on my
Wasn't
work.
Blocker, was it?
No.
Oh, God.
If it was him, I wouldn't have been able
He
to.
has
Since
it,
it's
I
an
think,
18.
actually.
Oh, is that actually? I thought it was a 16.
No,
That's an
it's
18.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
Right. Anyway, any reasons why you guys want the Xbox One? Oh, I want the Xbox One as well. I pre-ordered it.
I want one, just can't get one.
Yeah, but is it what's the reasons that you want one?
I want one because it's my popular one in general.
Right.
I prefer both because the fact is that the PS4 has got the better specs and compared to the Xbox One. And
That's one thing we'll talk about actually.
Ghost
specs.
actually, yeah, they've announced already for Ghost at 720p for the Xbox One and 1080p for the PS4.
Ooh.
So that's what
Right.
it's going to perform at. So it's quite interesting to see PS4 actually has more specs than the Xbox One.
Okay.
Well, better specs.
Then you probably want the Xbox One if you're more of a loyalist towards Xbox consoles than
Not
PlayStation.
necessarily. It depends.
I'm
Depends
only
on
getting an
what you
Xbox One because of the games. I mean, it's got Forza 5,
It's
which
got
I
various
love
exclusives.
Forza. Obviously, I love Xbox Live. That is probably the best online service
Yeah.
for any gaming platform there is. They even sent me a birthday cake wrapper thing the other day.
Wait, what?
Xbox Live
gives you random stuff.
sent me this little ribbon to print out and stick on the side of your birthday cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And it basically just had like Xbox written on it.
It is crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I didn't print it out in the end, and I didn't stick it on the side of the cake. So
Fair enough.
I would say one
thank
thing,
you anyway, Microsoft.
If you're watching this.
One thing with Xbox One though,
Yeah.
no PS4, is they've made it so then you've got to actually pay for the network now, don't you?
Yes. If you want to, that's one thing with the PS4. You now have to play for PS Plus, don't you, to play
PS Plus
multiplayer?
play like that, unless you're playing free-to-play games. So
Yes.
Planet Side 2, which is a free-to-play game on PS4, where you can play.
Susan, I don't think the people of the internet want to hear your bones clicking.
Why not?
Well, I don't think they would.
It's not very ladylike to click your bones.
Yes, this is not. Right.
Oh,
one
I've got
moment.
to do this. Oh, I'm such a
One
total
moment, cut you
bitch.
What are you doing, Connor?
Right.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
Susan, what do you think? What do you want the Xbox One for?
Oh, achievements, obviously.
Achievement.
Achievement, you
And
say?
Halo 5 and Forza 5 and...
While we're on about achievements, I'm 5,300G ahead of you again.
You lot are way ahead of me. I just don't have time to go
I just
on
gave
my
up.
Xbox as much.
37,000.
I don't have as much
I would have
time
been
to go on
about
my Xbox as I
200 gamer
used
score
to.
closer.
Until I can get a
But
decent
our
amount of
margin's
income,
messing up.
Yeah.
or until I get a bursary fund for it, I'm not gonna go back into getting a load of achievements because I
Fair
don't really
enough.
have the games at the moment.
No.
And then games,
I have games that I can get achievements on. It's just I can't be bothered to play them. Like Homefront, for example. I got loads of achievements on there I could get. But I don't want to
that
play it.
game's
It's
so
just a
shit.
bad
You
game.
don't want
Kinda
Blue City
shite.
games.
such a bad. Oh, I finally completed Borderlands.
Oh wow, it took you time. What level?
What? Borderlands 1 or
I'm
2?
like level 35. Oh, we
Alright.
Borderlands 1.
Yeah, we both bought
I,
it. Gave the
I brought
DLC.
it and then he gave me the expansion disc. And I've gone through the whole of one of the DLCs and I've played for a bit of each.
Fair enough.
That's nice.
I've got 2K14 on Thursday, WWE that is, and I've already got 530G for it.
That's nice.
That is quite good.
Anyway, I've now got the specs up on Wikipedia on my tablet for the Xbox One. I'll quickly read those out and we can talk a bit about them. Well, not just specs as well. Okay, so it's the 8th generation console. It's coming out on the 22nd of November worldwide, except for some European countries.
They got held back to 2014.
Yes. Introductory price is $499 US dollars, 499 euros, and 429 pounds.
Which, in my opinion, is a load of bollocks. That's a lot. You count that in our money, it should be about 329.
Chopped off testicles.
They made
Yeah.
£100, which I think is due to export, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, with the
it's a
American
bit
one,
much.
the American one as well, that hasn't got tax on it, whereas the
So-
UK one has.
true.
It's
because-
got tax, but then again, why would you put that 80, 70 pounds as an import? That's not that much to be an import.
Well,
from
they have
one
got to
box.
all go through customs, haven't they?
Well, I suppose
And that
yeah.
takes ages and can cost. Well, I don't know how much.
It can't
can
cost. It doesn't cost that much, to be fair. When you get an item set on eBay from the US, for example, it's not that much.
Yeah, I don't order from eBay. Anyway, media. It'll take Blu-ray discs and DVDs. It's Xbox OS, which is Xbox operating system. CPU. It has a custom 1.75 GHz AMD 8-core APU.
Is that it? Wow.
Apparently so. Storage capacity is 500 gigs, but it does have the cloud storage, doesn't it?
Oh,
I think you're going to be able to use SkyDrive or
500
something with
gigs.
it.
So maybe about 10 gig though, I reckon.
Yeah.
More than 500 meg they're giving you currently. So.
I'm already
Yes.
getting blimmin' 420 gig from my old 360.
Is that what they give you for the cloud storage?
500 megs, that's
I haven't actually set it up
Haven't
yet.
you?
I
I
said
don't-
I
I
set it up
use
just in case I play a game and I want to play it around a friend's house.
Yeah.
Memory. It has 8 gigabytes DDR3 RAM.
Which is the-
5 gigabytes is available to games. That's not brilliant, but
It's still top of the range.
it
for a
is still
console.
good. Yeah.
It's better than the Xbox. Well, the Xbox 360. That's only got 2 gig.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it had that. I thought it had 512 megabytes.
I thought it had a gig at least.
I'll have a look on a
I
minute.
think the slim model has 2 gig. I'm pretty sure.
Display
Which I
is
think
obviously
called
it
latest.
runs HDMI 1080p and 2160p, whatever that is,
Yep.
unless they're introducing a new HD. Graphics,
They are announcing a new HD 4K, like 4000K HDMI.
don't know what that is, but anyway. Graphics 853 megahertz AMD Radeon GCN architecture. I just noticed that's sort of like CGN.
Yep.
Surround sound, it's capable of 7.1 surround. Input, it has 3 USB 3 ports and a HDMI input. It has the camera or the Kinect sensor. Online services is Xbox Live, and backwards compatibility, none.
Which is
Predecessor
bollocks.
was obviously the
Yeah.
Xbox 360. Yeah.
360 had Xbox compatibility for the majority of games. There's a
Yeah.
few that wouldn't work.
The Xbox One's going to make it a lot harder because it's only got access via HDMI. It hasn't
it-
got an old.
It will have component cables. It should do anyway.
It's not. No, it's only HDMI. There's no component.
Really?
Yep.
So we're going to
Crikey.
upgrade our.
So
system.
that's why the Roxy we have normally to record with is going to be useless for it.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Sure.
to let you know.
Unless
Yeah.
we can find an adapter.
What about those people?
There is a HDMI to component adapter.
I know. I am getting a new capture card soon. I'm getting my gaming PC first, though. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a new capture card for Christmas or something. So we won't be able to do much Xbox One gameplay for a while, but
We can still do 360.
still, we'll do 360 because there's loads of games still coming out on that. Right, I'm looking at the Xbox 360s. Where's the RAM? Memory. 512 megabyte GDDR3 RAM clocked at 700 megahertz.
Wow, GDDR3, that is decent. That equivalents to about 4 gig of DDR3. So that's
Yeah.
nearly the same compatibility as the Xbox One's got already.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see how it proves at the end. But
Fair enough.
to be honest with you, the backwards compatibility, why can't they add it on? It's something so simple that they could put on, but they don't.
They don't, because they want. In my opinion, Microsoft are good for the service, but they're money grabbing. That's all they want.
Yeah,
money.
but then again, Sony are doing the same thing with backwards compatibility.
But
aren't
then
they?
again, what they could do is they can always add an option now for every game you add on, you play. There's an option at the bottom of the menu or on the dashboard to upgrade for an extra £5 to put it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that, instead of having to go out and pay for the whole full version again on Games on Demand.
It's
It
kind of
just
annoying.
seems a bit money
Yeah.
grabbing.
Right, okay, PS4 specs. The release date in North America is the 15th of November. Europe, Australia, and I'm guessing that's Brazil, is the 29th.
2 weeks later, which is the week after the Xbox One as well. Worldwide,
Yes.
which can impact sales, in my opinion, which I think could be bad for Sony.
Yeah, I have a feeling because the Xbox One's coming out first.
My opinion is the US, the PS4 will outsell the Xbox in the US, and the Xbox will outsell PS4 in Europe
Yeah.
because of release dates.
Well,
and
the
when it's
UK
available.
mainly.
Mainly
If it's in a
UK.
country like Finland, which ain't getting it till 2014,
Well, yeah, but
they've got to wait even longer for
Yeah.
it.
well, yeah, the countries that are actually coming out for it will beat the PS4 by loads because you would see, oh right, yeah, it's coming out 22nd, and then that's coming out 29th.
Yes.
So like, okay, I want one early. I want to play something now.
The
Um,
Irish are waiting for like.
Alright, the
2015.
United Arab Emirates
I can't
and
wait till 2015 for
who's
Arkham Origins.
SA?
Oh, it's a new
Yeah.
Irish pod. Nice.
you two have to make a noise.
Sorry, talking about
They're
Irish.
annoying, aren't they?
Right, United Arab Emirates, and I don't know what other country that is. On Wikipedia, it's stated as SA. I'm not too sure what it is.
SA.
South
Saudi Arabia.
Is it?
Yeah, it is Saudi Arabia.
I'll have a look.
Or
But
it's
it's,
either Saudi
it's
Arabia
coming
or
out.
South
It's coming out on
Africa.
the 13th of December. I'll quickly tap it and see what.
Same
country
day
it
as
is.
South Park, Stick of Truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some other countries, it's just coming out in December 2014.
Well,
Yes,
run about that a second. South Park, Stick of Truth. Have anyone actually seen gameplay for that? Because that is actually going to come out on next gen eventually. They've already
Yeah.
said
I
that.
haven't seen anything about it apart from the trailers.
12 days before Christmas is quite a near release date for me, to be honest. Releasing it that close towards Christmas is sort of it's sort of a good thing.
luring it, so then they get more sales during Christmas.
Yeah, I suppose.
Right, introductory prices. The US, you're getting it for $399 excluding tax. Europe is €399. England or Scotland or Wales, you're getting it for £349. And countries that use yen, it's 38,980 yen.
Which
Yeah.
equals up to about £200 something pounds.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all it does equal to.
I don't know. I'm no good at converting it.
Yeah.
I just-
So yeah, that's quite a significant price difference. Xbox
Hmm.
One is 80 quid dearer.
Then again, depends on your point of opinion. If you're I don't know, if you're a student technically, then 80 quid can be a lot.
Yes.
If you're over the age of 20 or 21 or so,
And you got a
80 quid-
full-time job.
80 quid isn't that much. So it depends on the point.
Well, it could be a day's wages.
Could be, but then again, what would you rather have? 8 years of gaming or 1 day's wages gone? Or one, yeah.
Well, you'd still get 8 years of gaming though, wouldn't you? Just plus the extra day's wages.
I suppose.
Anyway,
Depends on what your opinion is.
media, again, it's Blu-ray disc and DVD. Operating system, I don't know what, it's called Orbis or something, based on FreeBSD9.
Yeah, I think
CPU.
it runs off an advanced version of PS3 XMB.
CPU is a 2 semi-custom 4-core AMD like 86 to 64 CPU with an integrated APU. Storage capacity is 500 gigabytes with user upgradable. Susan's just been.
What?
Susan's doing
What are you on
something.
about, Phil? Oh, I didn't do anything. It was him.
Back it in.
Memory 8 gigabytes GDDR5
They're like
unified. Display HDMI 480p 720p 1080i 1080p and 4K, what Hayden was on about earlier. Graphics semi-custom AMD Radeon GPU which is pretty much the same as the Xbox One. Controller input, yeah, we all know that. DualShock 4, PS Move, PS Vita and the camera.
Yep.
Connectivity 802.11 BGM wireless, Bluetooth 2.1, USB 3 and Ethernet 10, 100 and 1000. Online services is the PlayStation Network. Backwards compatibility, no native support. However, cloud services are planned.
That is the Galakia, I can't pronounce it, but you can stream PS3, PS2, PS1 games back onto it. So it's a good service, but it won't be launching in Europe till the end of 2014.
Right,
So
so you got to wait
you're
nearly
gonna
a
have a
year
long
to have
wait.
it.
The US get it early 2014, and we get it late 2014. So that's a rumor, but it's been confirmed for the US, but not confirmed for Europe. So I'm going to guess late 2014, early 2015,
Yeah.
roughly.
Well, let's actually talk about the consoles a bit. Bit more contribution from you two, please, Susan and Phil.
What?
Well, I talked a bit.
Well, mainly Susan.
What? How could you?
Don't talk in a silly voice. Talk as Peter.
Oh, what do you want me to talk about?
Well, anything. What games are you excited about on the Xbox One?
Games.
Yeah,
Well,
just say
Forza-
what game and say what you want us to be excited about.
mainly sequels to past games such as Forza and Halo.
Right.
And mainly because they're exclusive to Xbox. That's really one of the main reasons. I'm getting
Yeah, I have to say the same thing as well. I think if Destiny was exclusive to Xbox,
Destiny.
What?
Ah, damn it, it's raining.
It's a window.
And I've got to carry my laptop back.
I go.
you can have a plastic bag for the
It's
laptop.
okay.
Oh, great! My saddle's gonna be like.
You can have a tissue for it.
Tissue.
There
There you go, Saddle, don't cry!
For a second, I thought you said my
Right,
saddle.
okay, yes, carry on.
Okay.
While we are on about this, I do apologise for us being techie. This is going to be very techie. So if you don't like it, then deal with it.
Yeah. Try to keep your voices down as well, because the
Susan,
audio waves. And there are people in the other rooms.
Audio.
And there are people in the other rooms as well.
Okay,
Right.
we eventually should get our own office eventually.
Pardon?
Eventually, we should get our own office eventually.
Well, yeah, but
Eventually.
obviously if the channel succeeds and we get money and...
Subscribe!
Yeah. But yeah, just don't talk too loudly. Don't keep the audio waves going booming high.
Beep, boop, beep.
Okay, so... Phil, what games do you want for next gen consoles?
Well, obviously it's basically the same as Peter. Yeah. Instead, I want more card games and...
Card games?
Yeah, I'm getting into card
What,
games.
like
Yeah.
Solitaire and...
No, not like that. Like
Like magic.
Hearthstone, Open Beta,
Oh.
Magic, stuff like that. I'm starting to get into them and getting them quite well. And
Phil loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. He was very disturbed.
I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh, then I hated it after.
Then
blooming
again, I think
Ds
majority of children our age
Well,
love
it's 5D anyway.
Yu-Gi-Oh and
5Ds,
Pokemon.
it's the new series, and it makes it so then they're all animated.
Don't talk about that. I'll send you to the shadow realm.
It's just crazy.
So,
Ugh.
yeah, so, what do you think
It's
about
weird
both
type of-
consoles as overall?
I
Just
think
anything you want to say about them now that you know the specs
What
of
about
them?
them?
about them.
I've said pretty much all I got to say.
I would say they are quite even with advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
Because with PS4, they've got some better specs, yet they have some worse specs than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
So it kind of evens
I'm going
out.
to be honest and fair here, but until you see one running side by side, I'm not going to judge.
I have
That's
got
my
to agree
opinion.
with you, but looking at the specs at the moment,
I know specs look superior for the PS4.
they are so similar though, aren't they?
They're similar, but the PS4, especially in RAM size and how GDR5, for the PS4 is superior. But then again, I'd like to see Battlefield 4, 2 screens, PS4 and Xbox One. That's my opinion of how that would run.
So dual screens.
Well, no, one screen there, one screen there. Well, two. So one screen next to each, two screens next to each other, and then the PS4 and Xbox One set up on each screen. And just
Oh,
see it
right.
playing. I
I thought you meant one console has 2 TVs. I was just thinking, what the hell's the point of that? Just get
Exactly,
2
no.
TVs.
Exactly, yeah. But no, 2 TVs, and then set up one Xbox, one PS4.
Yeah, and then compare them in different
compare.
ways.
So like you and Peter play, for example, and then me and Connor can see like exactly. what-
One thing that has just jogged my
Well, either.
memory. I did say in CGN, I think it was either
Oh.
this week or sometime, that I would be doing an unboxing video of the Xbox One.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, I did say it in one CGN.
Yeah, I remember you saying it.
I will be doing an unboxing of the Xbox One. Hopefully, I'll try and get it out on the 22nd. Hopefully, I'm trying to get the midnight launch. I'm still trying to persuade my dad to take me to the midnight launch.
You can even drive there if you start.
If you
properly.
really want, I'll
If
take you.
I'm
Wait,
good-
wasn't that today?
What?
Wasn't that you like driving lesson today? Was that last
No, I
week?
was supposed to have one on Saturday, but the instructor phoned up with a bad back, so I never had it. So I got it tomorrow now.
Oh, cool.
Ah,
that
Which
goes well.
Today is Friday the 1st of November, and the podcast coming out on Saturday the
Connor, I
2nd.
will send you a carbon price.
So while this is being on,
Oh,
while
thank you.
you're listening to this, Connor will be doing his drivings.
Well, not really. This won't be up till
Are
the
there-
evening.
Are they like
So I will have done
driving? Congratulations, passed your test card. Type
Yeah.
Thing? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Just go to a
You
card.
do get them,
Go to
yeah.
a card shop in town. You'll get a few in
I
there.
applied for a job in there. Don't know what happened yet.
Right.
I've got
I
my
can
entry
imagine
on
you
to
working in a
fifth.
card shop.
Do you want to buy a card? Here you go.
WeBuyAnyCard.com.
Cool. Bye.
Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I will be doing an unboxing of the Xbox One,
Some
and I
popular
do
number.
want to do some reviews and some comparisons between the Xbox One and 360. So, appearance-wise, controller stuff, Kinect stuff,
Should really get. Ow,
just stuff
I
like
wonder,
that.
Could you plug in your Xbox One to your laptop monitor?
No, it's not got a
No.
HDMI input.
Ah, shit, that wouldn't work. You could have prepared one by one then.
No.
Oh well.
Well-
Actually, no, you can't. Oh, I have heard that you can plug the Xbox 360 into the Xbox One and have. You know, it's meant to have TV and it's meant to have your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's already done it from Microsoft. You can plug in the HDMI from the Xbox One and have that running on your TV, and then you plug in the HDMI from the Xbox 360 into the back of the Xbox 360 and plug that into the other socket where the TV input goes.
Right,
And you
I've
can have
lost
it.
you, but yeah.
Right, pretty much. Say you had Sky. So in the UK, you'd have Sky Digital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can plug your HDMI into your Xbox One. You can watch TV while playing the video game.
Yeah, I know about that.
Right, but then what you do is, so swap your Sky for your Xbox 360. Okay?
Yeah.
So then you can have a 360 on that screen and an Xbox One on the opposite side. On the same screen, you have a 360 and an Xbox One on the same side. You can then that's already been announced. You can work like that, for example.
In other words, you can
Okay.
play 360 and Xbox One at the same time.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to, because I can't
No.
hold 2 controllers at once, but
No, but you can always you could always have like chat on the 360, chat to your mates while you're playing Xbox One. That's the
yeah.
advantage of it.
The thing that you were on about a second ago with, like, the
TV.
the TV on the Xbox One, I believe that's what the remaining 3 gigs of RAM is for.
But the TV though it's exclusive to the US, I think, for 6 months. They're not become available for Sky once they get the deal with Xbox. sorted out.
Yes.
They've got to sort out a deal with Microsoft first before it actually comes out.
Yeah, because
I think it's Sky, and I think it's Sky and Virgin are trying to do that, and so is BT. I think they all want to get their own services that you can use on Xbox as well.
yeah, that would
Especially with
be
BT
pretty
Sport.
cool, but
Especially with BT Sport now coming out, it's the biggest BT channel they've ever had. And it's doing quite successful, to be honest. So
yeah, I've seen it on my Sky TV guide, but I
I've
haven't
already got
looked
it.
at
So
it. Yeah,
sport and etc. for UFC and football, etc.
yeah.
Especially when you see KSI on there. That was funny last weekend.
For football.
Yeah.
And then KSI
Anyway,
loses.
console appearances. What one do you think is the best looking?
Best looking
Prettiest.
I have to say
PS4.
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 I would have to agree with you there.
Because the Xbox One's too blocky.
When,
Anyway.
yeah, when you look at it, though, it's like a Kit Kat. I'll be honest, it looks like a Kit
Yeah,
Kat.
when you look at it front on, it does look like a Kit Kat.
I'm hungry.
All I'm going to
That's the
say
problem
is
with that. I'm hungry now.
the
Damn
Xbox
it, PS4.
One looks brilliant from the front. Say you're looking at the disc slot.
It just
and
looks
all
too
that.
fat. It does look too
It
fat.
looks
Yeah.
nice, but when you put it on its side, it looks like an air conditioner.
No, it looks like a VCR.
Yeah, I suppose you could
Right,
say
okay,
that.
so I don't know.
I mean, I'm not. I don't hate the Xbox One's looks, but I
It could
do
be improved.
think it could be improved.
What
maybe with a
controller
new
then?
Maybe for a
slimmer
slim,
model.
yeah.
Under the
No, not the
controllers.
slimmer model. I think
Yes.
They probably
they
will
need a
do
redesigned
something.
version. I think the black looks good, but they should have an alternate version in white, blue, and red.
What do you want to
enjoy
say,
black, blue,
He
and
was
red.
talking about
What
the
did you want to
controllers.
say, Peter?
Hi.
Um,
How are you doing today?
He was
And,
talking.
no, I mean, which controller is the best looking? Oh,
Controller.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh crikey!
Until I hold both. I'm looking actually.
Well,
I
looking,
think
I
the
would
Xbox
say.
One looks a bit too fat.
Yeah,
I
I would
don't
say
know.
PS4.
Here, I
looks-
got. Right, for example, just for you guys here, I got an Xbox controller in my hand. The
Yeah, an
Xbox One,
Xbox 360.
it goes up a little bit like that. It just looks,
Yeah.
it looks like it's like, oh, fucking hell, I'm at the whole.
I would say PS4 is better. Yeah,
And when you got a PS4
if
one,
you
have-
think about the
problem
comfort,
is with the
it
PS
might be better for the Xbox One.
So I've already seen on YouTube
Yeah,
there's an
good point,
unboxing video for the PS4 controller. Someone's got early,
Right.
right? And the sticks, yeah, when they used to go like that and you hit your thumbs, they don't do that no more. They're actually quite far away, so you can do that and play properly. For example,
Right.
when I was playing Beyond Two Souls for the PS3, my thumbs always go like that, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
I never actually thought that was a problem.
No, it was.
Because
I was playing Beyond, like, fuck, go on hand. Yeah,
yeah.
great game by the way.
So what controller do you think is the best? Xbox One or DualShock 4?
DualShock 4.
silence.
Wait, what?
Susan,
No, what?
what do you think is the best looking controller?
Oh. I'll have to see them side by side. I can't.
Hold on, I'll get a picture up on my tablet. Phil, what would you say?
Probably the DualShock 4, but I'm never used to since the last PlayStation I've used was PS2.
Yeah, properly.
They changed the blimmin' analogs at the back, so then they go all the way.
Analogs?
No, not analogs.
Triggers.
Triggers.
The triggers
And the
do
triggers
feel
go
weird.
really far back, and
Yeah.
they don't
I
have
will
like
admit.
a
Because
sort
like
of
when the PS2 controller, you had them there was like it was just a rectangle. You would push it in like that.
yeah.
And the RB and LB on the Xbox.
Yeah,
But
with it
with
now
this one, it goes like
goes-
back and it's like wow. It just feels really sensitive to be honest.
Okay,
Yeah.
here is. Oh, hold on, that one might be.
Connor, what
better.
about you? What are you getting up?
I would have to say the Xbox One, to be honest.
Any
Um,
particular reason, or is it just?
I don't know. I just think that the PS4 one looks.
Ah.
There's the
Ah.
picture that we've got, but
Oh crikey! Is that the PS1?
I would have to say that
Look, the Xbox one though.
Well, Xbox definitely.
Yeah, it does
I'd
look
have
a
to
bit
say the Xbox
weird.
One looks
It's
shinier and nicer.
I think yes,
especially with
I
the
do
top.
I think the top bit
What's
ruins
that
it
black
personally.
square thing.
That's like a
special
touchpad.
It's a touchpad
thing.
you can use.
Oh.
It's quite unique and special, to be honest. For
It's
it.
a bit
It's
like
special.
That's the only thing.
Peter.
That's
In
the
a way,
only
it's a
thing
little
that
like
I
the
don't
Wii
really
U,
like
that
about the
screen.
PS4 controller.
Well,
I
that
think
makes
it's
it- that-
unique.
that
I
makes
think
it
it's
really-
different. It's taking us into a new age now. We can use touchscreen technology
Yeah.
on a controller,
like
not just like on a
Still,
screen.
though, it's not the
Quite a
first
while
console
ago
to
now.
have it.
No,
Yeah,
not
because the
necessarily.
first one was
but
Wii
it's-
U.
Well, that's just a complete
Wii U's just
touchscreen
attached.
anyway.
Yeah, it's a pad, but still, it's
The
still
one,
does
the one that
controller.
I was thinking of that's got something similar to that's the Ouya,
Oh, I
um,
suppose.
and
How
that
well did that do in the reviews?
I don't know. I've not really looked at any,
Fair enough.
but I'd have to say that the Xbox One looks bigger, and it, to be honest, it looks more comfy to hold. I mean,
Yeah.
might be.
I am sort of now used to having the analog sticks or thumb
Yeah, I
sticks
will
in
agree.
the position that they
Like
are
that,
on the
I
Xbox
feel like
controller.
that. When you go back
Yeah.
Because I thought when
I'm
I
sort of
had
used to both because of the fact that I own a PS3, etc. And
When I
I
had
play a
my
lot
P-
of the games from Quantic Dream. I think it's just it's unique playing like that because it takes you back to the old days of PS2. But then
yeah,
when you play like that, it just feels like you can go right really sweaty mode. I should say technically.
because when
Yeah.
I got my Xbox 360 at first, I noticed the controller and I thought, oh my god, because I had a PS2 beforehand. Saw the controller and I was just like, oh my god, how am I going to get used to these analog sticks or thumb sticks? Because they were called analog sticks at first, weren't
It's
they?
in the
Now
right.
they're
Yeah.
I don't know.
thumb
I mean,
sticks.
to me, it's
But-
just in the right position.
Yeah, I have to
It
agree
just-
with
it
you.
just,
I
like, when you
thought
touch it,
I
it's like,
started
wow.
playing on the Xbox. I think I played on
Wow.
Peter's first, didn't I?
Mhm.
Because I remember we came around yours and played like zombies and F1.
Did I get mine in October 2010?
Yes, so
Yeah.
you've had yours 3 years
I've had
now.
4.
I've had mine. Mine will be 3 years this Christmas.
Dale's had his longer than all of us, yet he never had live.
Yep.
I know you did, but you lost your email password.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had-
I remember
yours.
that. My old account.
I came around yours after I met you. You've got. I can't remember my password.
But I have got to say, the Xbox 360's controller is
That was a
definitely
good
more
one.
comfier to me than the PS2's. But obviously,
Two?
different. Yeah, they're a different
Hang on.
generation. But
You
I have
right.
got. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have got to
360.
agree that the controller. I am used to the analog stick layout on the
Well,
Xbox.
Yeah.
Depending on which one I use, I'd rather use the Xbox One. Which one looks nicer? PS4. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, you see, I just don't
Even
like
though the Xbox is
the
fatter.
touchpad. I know
I would
that
rather
that'll-
use the
it
Xbox
looks
controller
hideous.
I
because
know
I'm
that'll
used
be
to the
cool,
fact
and
of,
I love
using it like that.
I love the looks of the light on the back of or on the top of the PS4 controller. But yeah, I would really like to know actually, is that big X on the Xbox One touchable? Like,
Yeah, if it's like a guide button.
Is it going
It's
to
got
be
to
is
be.
it going to be
It's
the
got
new
to be.
guide?
Yeah, because
button?
where is the guide button
Yeah.
It's
otherwise?
got to be. So
I was just thinking, is it going to be the guide button or not? So yeah, I mean
That's the
obviously
one thing.
we'd have to see the controllers in for real though, wouldn't we?
Yes. The annoying thing about Xbox One is that they've introduced smart glass to it.
I just thought about something. We get the Xbox One early.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
US
because
is-
the
US is
US is
ahead.
about 5-6 hours behind us.
Yeah.
So technically, we get the Xbox One before the
So
the
the
US.
unboxing video you do, you better do it quick because we'll be the first one to get it then. won't
Yeah, I know, but
it? You better hurry up with it.
I'm not.
Do it in the car. Right, this is the Xbox One.
I'm not going to do that. And B, I think I'm going to go to bed before I do the unboxing
Oh
because
no, you might as well because that way you get 6 hours ahead of the Americans. They
I
get up by
know,
midnight.
the thing is though, A, my parents are going to be in bed and they'll just be thinking, oh, will you stop talking to yourself to the camera? And B, I will be very tired because we will have been to college that day and then we'll have
You wouldn't
college
get-
the next
exactly,
day.
so you wouldn't get to actually open it up and you're going to be like miles behind with the video. That's what I'm just saying to you. It might be easier to do like to do a 10-minute video once you get home at about 12:30, then go to bed and then you're fine with it. Upload the video in the
I
morning.
might do.
might
I
just be a
might
bit
do.
easier.
I'll have a think, but I'm not entirely sure.
Just see how you feel.
Yeah. If I'm feeling awake, I might ask my parents just to stay up and do the video and then upload it in the morning. But yeah, if I am tired, I'll do it when I get home.
Just think it might bring some views into the actual channel. So
Yeah. Why do you think I'm doing it? No, I am on.
originally I was gonna get a PS4, so originally I would have done that as well. But
Yeah.
If I do get PS4, I might be able to.
Are
You
you
could
gonna
do.
get on the day?
I don't know if I'm
Christmas.
getting on there or not. My brother hasn't told me. But if I do.
Ask him if he is.
Anyway, I might even be able to buy it with my own money.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the bursary fund now.
One thing I
Don't
do
talk
like
about
about
that
the
too
PS4 is the coloured controllers. The red and blue ones.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they had that for the PS2 though, and they never brought it back till late for the PS3.
Yeah, and even still then, I think they only came out in Europe.
They only came out in Europe, and I think they're doing the same over here as well for the first. I think it's for the first few months. and
I
then
know,
they're gonna
I
bring it out
know
in the
that they
US.
brought out the red and blue PS3 consoles. They didn't release that in America, but they did in the UK and the rest of Europe.
We always
Um,
seem so colourful, yet it's always
I
dark
know.
over here.
I know. It's cloudy outside at the moment.
And just been raining.
Yeah.
Do the Americans think they're all like really posh and like drink tea with our little things?
Oh
sticking
yeah,
out?
they're posh. Oh.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm not being offensive to
Let's do
Americans.
an
I'm just
American
saying, is that-
impression of the British. Oh, hello there, Governor. Yes, drink some tea, eh?
Aluminum.
That's what it fucking does.
Don't be offensive to the Americans.
Actually,
Aluminum.
the Americans are probably
Aluminium.
more posh than us.
If
Because they go to a restaurant. to get
if
a mac and
anybody
cheese, they
if
sit
anybody
down.
in America does not know how us British people act,
Oh, God.
watch this television program called Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh, God.
Uh,
No, we do not act like that.
No. I
Have you
know.
ever, alright, it's a little joke for you guys.
It's Mrs.
Have
Bouquet.
you ever thought your house is untidy, right? Just watch an episode of Hoarders, then you'll think my house is really tidy.
Yeah.
Oh God, that house is awful. I'm gonna stay in here and watch this. Maybe I'll make.
The thing is, that's what our economy is like at the moment. really.
What? Hoarding.
Shit.
The economy's hoarding money.
No,
It's
Phil.
hoarding.
No.
Phil, the house is shit. That's just like the economy.
Keep up
Eh?
with the war.
Right, so anyway, actual console appearance. I love the new Xbox logo.
He's got a dick and a cross.
The
Yeah.
appearance, as I've
Just
already
ignore
said,
that.
the
I
actual
don't know
the
what that's
PS4
for.
looks a lot better compared to the Xbox.
Yeah.
In the opinion, the Xbox is a VCR,
The
but
thing
then
is,
again, in what's inside is actually what matters.
the PS4 looks like it's got to be standing up.
What's inside and what it performs on is what matters.
Yeah,
really.
that's the thing with the Xbox One. Apparently, the internal disk drive will get damaged if you stand it up vertically.
What?
So you've got to have it led
And
down
then if you look at
horizontally.
PS4,
That's
looks like
bullshit.
there's
I've got my
that same
Xbox currently stood up on my desk at home.
Yeah, mine at the moment is stood up. My 360 stood up. but
Mine's to the side, yes.
no,
Okay.
in there at the minute.
Yeah.
quite unique.
My 360 is stood up at the moment, but it has been led down for like the last year, and I was going to have my Xbox One led down anyway, so yeah, it
I
doesn't
suppose.
doesn't
With mine
worry
at home,
me. But
I
other
can have it in
other
either
people, that is really going to annoy, isn't it?
Especially when you're in limited space in your living room and your
Yeah.
bedroom, for example.
Because the only other thing is as well, the Xbox One, there's not really a lot of stuff you could put on top of it.
No.
Because most of the top is air vents.
Yeah,
and you
half of
can't
it's
block
air
them.
vents, half it
Exactly.
isn't.
So I couldn't go and put one. For example, I couldn't have my Xbox and put a Skybox and then put the DVD player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You'd have to
You-
put the Xbox at the top.
And the Xbox is the heaviest, which will crush the other stuff.
It'll crush the DVD player,
The
but not the
Xbox
Skybox.
it's quite heavy. I think it's like 10
Sheer power of the
10
Xbox
kilograms. No.
crush.
It wouldn't
Have
be.
a look.
It,
Have a
would,
look.
it
Have a
wouldn't
look.
be
Have a
10
look at the weight.
kilograms.
Have a look.
Crikey.
I think
That's heavy.
it's 4 kg. I think.
I'll have a look.
10 kilograms.
I think it's 4 kilograms heavy. I think.
Does it say the PS4's weight on here? Because this is the one that I've got up at the minute.
Have a look. I was gonna say. What did I say? 10.
No.
I'm a
10
moron.
kilograms?
I'm a moron. Ignore me.
We know Hayden, don't worry.
Peter, shut up. You think Batman's better than WWE? Shut up.
I don't know.
Pretty serious.
I haven't played it.
You will do in a minute.
Let me have a
That's
quick
fine,
look.
mate.
I'll have a quick
Oh, yeah.
look. I'll have to Google it because I don't think
Google.
Wikipedia will be able to tell me.
It's not got a bad rating, though. Batman Arkham Origins.
Batman, no. I
It's got an
mean,
okay rating, but the fact of its corruption.
the fact that it's already got patch, it's already got issues on day one. I understand why it was held back for consoles, whatever console, sorry. But if they knew that was going to happen, they should have held it back a bit.
Yeah.
I even think you would agree. What would you rather have?
If
It
they-
held back 2 weeks or have that issue?
Yeah.
I'd rather have
Right.
it held back 2 weeks. more
According to
stuff.
T3, which
Wait, do you
is
use your multiplayer data because of that?
Hmm?
Do you use your multiplayer data because of that or not?
I don't know, I'm been on what first.
alright,
Oh,
according
God.
to T3 magazine,
Yeah, that's
the Xbox One will weigh roughly 3.8 kilograms,
that's right before.
Um,
fair enough.
which is apparently roughly the same weight as the original 360,
Oh, okay, then.
but
So
it's 10% larger
Alright,
size
so no, then you could put it on top of the Skybox because I used to have my Xbox stood on top of my Skybox, and now I just took it off because I'm saving room up.
I'm trying to have a look for the PS4 if it's on here.
Wait, can the PS4 be stood up?
Yeah, the PS4 can
Yeah.
be stood up.
Cool, okay, go to my PS3 stood up at the moment, for example. I did get one.
See, the thing is though, I would see the PS3 as something that you wouldn't stand up, mainly because of its shape.
It's
sort
but
of
it
like-
does look.
It is so, the bottom of it is so small and curved, you'd think you'd have to have it led down.
Depends on what model you got. I've got the fat
Yeah.
model, for example.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm on about like the slim one, not
the
the,
slim one. No, I think it's got a stand you can buy accessories as well.
Yeah.
To stand up.
because the super slim one, you have to have that one led down, don't you? I
No,
don't know.
No,
No,
there
you
is
get
a
a
mo-
stand.
You can get a stand, but I think it's quite pricey, so it's actually just cheaper to put it down. It's quite easy, though, to be fair. It just depends on that.
Right, I can't actually find the weight of the PS4 on here, but
We're gonna take it for about 3. Well, no, think about the size of it. Let's take it.
the
I'd say it's about
PS4
3.2.
is a lot smaller.
I say
I'd say
it's about 2.8, 3. Between 2.8 and 3.2 kilograms.
I'd say maybe 2.7, 2.6.
You're just being picky.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna take it on holiday with you, you might want to ask your airline for some extra baggage allowance because
Yeah.
it ain't gonna be the lightest thing. Yeah,
What's in there?
I wouldn't put it.
Nothing.
I would never take my games console abroad
I would.
because you have no idea what it gets up to once it's gone. So it
Yeah.
could get thrown on the belt. It might get thrown
No, I
around.
wouldn't
the
take it.
Oh,
I know-
yeah.
I-
It could
I'll be
get
honest,
damaged.
I've never been abroad. Never been abroad.
Well,
I've
in
been
the
abroad once.
UK,
I haven't.
in the
Hey,
UK,
lad!
Oh,
in the
you went
UK,
wrong.
airports aren't allowed to throw suitcases onto.
But you don't know what they do in other countries.
Yeah.
I know that America, because I went there before. I went to Florida. They just threw the suitcases on the belt, and we brought some glassware or something,
Oh,
and,
shit.
and it was in the suitcases. We got back to Gatwick, and it was just completely smashed.
Hmm.
I would fucking
Whereas
complain.
whereas the UK, we have quite strict rules and guidelines about throwing
Why don't you just
suitcases
put it
onto
in there
belts. I
instead?
know. Literally, the check-in woman, I think it was a woman, I can't quite remember, just picked the suitcase up and was like, "Vroom."
Right,
And then-
Right, okay, boom!
Luckily, the glassware wasn't that expensive, but
Oh,
yeah,
right. Imagine,
still,
imagine
it
it was
was
100 quid
still,
per piece. For
it was
example.
still broken.
Imagine it was 100 quid for the set.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think your mum and dad would have went ballistic.
Yeah, they probably would have.
No.
They weren't too happy though when they did find it was broken, but there wasn't a lot they could do about it.
Let's just
'Cause
go back and moan.
They'd been
Oh!
to America before and it had happened previously, but obviously no glassware.
Oh, right.
The suitcase did get thrown about. But then again, you don't know what happens on the plane, do you? If you've got turbulence, the suitcases might be going up.
Do-
Boom.
Do they
Boom.
just put pig in the middle of the suitcase?
Boom!
All of the
Boom!
people they
Oh,
just throw it
piggy in
together.
the- I don't know. They might do with the vans. I'm not sure.
What, like, van? What?
Well, like the thingy on the runway,
Yeah.
they used to load it onto the plane.
Hey, what?
Imagine they
Have you
throw
seen-
it from
Oh,
one
They got like
trailer
those
to the other.
trailers don't they?
They've got like baggage trucks.
Yeah, they have
haven't
baggage trucks with
Oh,
trailers
yeah,
on the
yeah,
back to
yeah.
carry the
Oh,
suitcases
yes.
through.
Alright.
But yeah, I know that in the UK they're not normally allowed to throw stuff on the belt.
What?
Actually, at most airports in the check-in areas, you put it on a belt and then the belt will put it onto the main
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
You normally put it onto the
the
belt yourself.
actual check-in person doesn't have to touch it. But I'm not too sure now. I haven't been to America for nearly 10 years, but
So you went there when you were like,
I went in.
Six.
I went in 2005,
Yeah, and there's places
which
you've been
is
to.
9 years ago.
Eight
nearly.
years.
Egypt, isn't it?
Yeah, in
8 years ago.
it was April though. so
I went in
it's nearly 9.
2003.
8.5.
So you went over 10 years ago.
Mhm.
So yeah, what did they throw your suitcase?
Do you not?
I think so. I think they like lobbed it on the thing.
you
Yeah,
wouldn't even remember,
exactly.
to be honest. So,
It was quite a
But
long
yeah,
time ago. I was like
anyway,
6 or
enough
7.
about throwing suitcases
25.
about.
Yeah, we've gone off topic. Yeah.
Yeah, very. Games for these consoles.
right, what's this was
Game.
Hello.
What
Destiny.
games or what do you think should be coming out? What if there's any games at the moment? So say I don't know Minecraft, which is being released on.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Been released
What-
on all consoles.
They're bringing the
Yeah.
Xbox One
PS4,
edition.
Vita.
Yeah, I know. What games would you like to see that's currently on current gen, that's on next gen, or a new sequel to come out on next
A
gen?
new sequel out of any
Bully
game.
2, but a second.
That might
Bully.
be
Yeah.
good. Did you hear about Rockstar? They're making a
Yeah,
sequel
I
to an
have
IP,
heard.
so we might see that Bully.
I think
sequel.
Dan
Oh,
Houser,
it's
is
tough
it Dan
question.
Houser or Houser?
Yeah,
Houser.
Dan Houser. Yeah, he wants to make
Dan
a new
Houser,
game.
I
doesn't
think
he?
he wanted to make a new
Yeah, it was
game,
on.
didn't
Wasn't
he?
it on CGN? or something?
CVG. We saw it on CVG, yeah, which is our news source.
I'd like
for
to see
CGN.
Horizon 2. Forza
Horizon 2, yeah, I reckon that.
Horizon was the only Forza game I completed. I loved Horizon.
I completed it. I got all the DLC apart from some of the car packs.
Yeah, did we complete that with all the achievements?
Yeah, we got all the
Oh,
achievements on it.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
have, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
really.
I would like to see Bully 2.
Oh.
I
would like to see GTA 5 on a next gen console.
That would
Yeah.
be quite good.
Not
'Cause
just
it's going
not
pretty
actually
well at
playing,
the
not
moment.
playing it again, but the fact is how it would perform.
Yeah.
Like the actual real world
I
situation.
mean, like on the Xbox 360 at the moment,
It's
right?
really
you have
good
to
for it.
you have to install the disc.
Yeah.
Normally, installing it makes it faster, doesn't it?
yeah,
it makes
it's
it
not.
slower.
But it's not.
It's
It's
not. It's
do you know disc is for HD content? It's like Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
right.
Battlefield 3 is a 3 gig like HD content disc you have to install. before
Because
you
I
play.
remember
You haven't got to
was it
install
LA
it.
Noir that came with like 2 installation discs?
No, it came with 3 discs in total. It was a 25 gig game, but then Xbox 360 can only hold 7 gig on a disc.
Yeah, because I know that some Forza games, don't they? They come with 2.
Yeah.
Like Forza 3.
Forza Horizon didn't, I don't think.
No, I
Forza
think that's-
3
yeah.
did.
Hold
Forza Horizon didn't. Forza 3 did. I didn't buy Forza.
Forza
4.
4.
Forza Horizon, that's just got.
Yeah, it's got the one. isn't
Oh
it?
my god, you've got Crash Nitro Kart.
That's
It's just a
Crash.
classic
I've
game.
had that for ages. Yeah,
Classic
Forza
game.
Horizon's only got 1
What a
disc.
4.
4, I know 4 has, and I'm pretty certain 3 has.
3
as
does.
well.
I borrowed 3 off my. Granddad.
3 definitely does. 4, yeah, that does as well.
Yeah. They've
Yeah, they
upgraded
both
now.
do have.
I was worried about Sleeping Dogs is going to be making a sequel.
Are they?
I would probably play it for the achievements.
I did
I
play
bought that
it,
40
but-
quid brand new, finished it within 5 days, and traded it back in for 30 quid.
I
It weren't
thought-
bad for a
I
10 quid
thought it
game.
was brilliant at first, and then I thought, actually, nah.
Once you completed it, there's nothing to do.
Compared to GTA 4, yeah, as you say, there's not much to do.
No,
You
I
can't
think
exactly-
it was too short. The
you
story
can't
was
exactly-
too short.
You can't exactly go around and buy weapons because you don't really use weapons in
No.
it, do you? It's more like
We're talking about
karate
Batman,
and
eh?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing you could really do is drive around. I mean, you couldn't hang around with mates. You couldn't phone anyone.
No.
Whereas GTA 4.
Well, then again, well, about GTA 4. GTA 4 compared to GTA 5, wow.
Yeah, GTA 5 is much better.
But no, just graphically, wow. We're on the same,
Yeah.
we're on the same console here.
I know.
We're not moving up anything, not changing hardware.
Actually,
and
I
the
didn't
fact
really
is-
notice much difference between the graphics.
I
but-
did. Have you not seen GTA 4? Go back on GTA 4 when you got a chance, and then play GTA 5 straight afterwards. Oh my god, you'll see the difference. I had my brother playing GTA 4 upstairs while I had GTA 5 downstairs.
Like the
I
map,
was shocked.
the map's not actually as big as I thought it would be.
It is huge
No.
on GTA
No.
5.
I
It is
know,
quite
but
big,
like-
but then there's the fact there's loads of spots which have got basically nothing in them.
But
Yeah.
then again, when you're going around with a fast car, it's quite short
Yeah.
to drive around.
I mean, I like just driving around the motorways and HGVs. Maybe good to
Fun,
drive
fun.
them, but buses.
I love just going on
I like
multiplayer and getting the
being
jets.
a bus driver and just taking people to the airport.
Yeah,
The
that's
what?
quite fun.
Really?
Just
Oh.
just nick a bus and then drive people to the airport. Make your own little bus route and then just drive. Look, this is the stuff that you can do in GTA on freeway when you're bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got the best glitch ever on it though, GTA.
Oh, swing glitch.
Yeah.
You can also go online and you
Swing
can get a
set.
cargo bomb. You know, like the giant jets.
Sweet
Yeah.
You can actually
Oh,
get one of
yeah.
them, and you can actually
Oh,
grapple onto vehicles
Oh,
with
the
it.
Boeings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get one of them, and you can actually
I
grapple
love
onto
I
vehicles.
love that in GTA 5 that you can fly the Boeings.
Mm.
That
You can
is
actually
brilliant.
grapple onto a tank with someone in it, and fly a tank around the place.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
Except for it's kind of hard to do
What's
because
fun,
if you
yeah.
got to get the exact right spot on the tank with the
But,
grapple.
yeah, GTA 5 is just a brilliant game.
I suppose
If you haven't played it, you must play it.
You've got a bed.
Anyway, back to the next gen
Yeah.
consoles because we've only got about 15 minutes left of the podcast.
Okay.
Cameras and connect.
No,
Right,
talk
the
about-
cameras.
Yeah, carry on.
Damn
So
Kinects.
obviously Xbox One has got Kinect bundled with it by default.
And you have
PS4
to have it on.
You don't have to. No,
You
no,
don't
no,
have
no,
to
no,
have
you
it
do.
now. You
You
don't
Oh,
have
haven't
cool.
to.
you haven't
no.
even have it plugged in no more.
Good, good.
But to be honest, I would actually cover the Kinect. I wouldn't even use the Kinect.
I might do.
I
I
only
don't
use it
know.
for like in the
I'm
morning.
still-
I
I'm
want to
still-
turn it on.
I'm still quite cautious that Microsoft are going to use it to look at people's houses. I don't know why,
Hey, what?
but yeah, just call me a bit
What's
special
spying on
here.
people?
Yeah, call me a bit special here, but it could be used for that because the government does partner with Microsoft a lot.
Yeah, I'm not too
Example, the South Park movie. Get Bill Gates in here.
sure. And PlayStation 4 has PlayStation camera.
I forgot about Bill Gates.
Windows 98,
The PlayStation 4 has the PlayStation camera.
which is not included and not essential.
No, although it does cost you about 50 quid, doesn't it?
But then
Yeah.
again, it's still cheaper in general than the Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good deal, though, that someone from college got the other day at Game.
Oh, that yeah.
Second-hand Kinect sensor
10
for a
quid.
tenner.
Didn't get the wires.
No, I know. Didn't get the adapter. He got offered the additional wires for the original Xbox, and he thought, oh, it'd still work. And we got back to the back to our classroom. He got it out, and he was just like, "What the hell is this socket?" I said, "Oh, it's the adapter that they use for the slim Xboxes. You've got the original one, then you need to get the adapter."
Oh.
And he was just like, "Oh crap! I thought it was USB anyway." No. Yeah. Yeah, obviously got it back to Game. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened actually.
I've never brought a Kinect, but just lol.
It's quite handy actually having Game just pretty much down the road from college. Lunchtime.
For you, yeah.
At lunchtime, we've ain't got anything to do.
And then for me, on a
Yeah, you're going there and play FIFA, Peter.
lol.
Yeah.
It's fun to score your own goals over and over again.
Actually, I do have to admit, it was quite funny the other day when we were just trying to tackle people.
Yeah.
Just letting the game sit on its own, watching
Yeah.
AI just spinning around the human player that's not doing anything.
Now the funny thing to do to that is put it on full speed and then put it on heavy rain.
Yeah, that would be quite funny. Anyway, back to the cameras. Got to admit though, the Kinect sensor is definitely the better looking of the two.
Don't need motion sensor in my opinion. Motion sensor can be built into controllers to use it without actually having the camera there. The camera should
Basically, the Wii. Are you on about?
No, because the PS3, for example, you can Heavy Rain and Beyond are a good example of this. While playing that, yeah, you shake the controller up and down, it'll do the motion without the
Yeah.
eye.
Right.
With Beyond, you can actually move the controller to move.
When you're playing
the
Jojo,
ghost.
she's getting stuck. You just go rah, and then like, oh, okay, out you go.
I mean, I do love the Kinect sensor. Like, Kinect Adventures is brilliant. I love doing the water rapids thing, but then it's also you can also use it for some racing games. Like Forza 4 had integration with it.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, the only problem
The
I
race
find
wheel.
with it is it makes your arms just really tired. You've got to hold them out in front of you for like God
That
knows
was really-
how many
Race
laps,
wheel.
just spinning
Hey,
them
what?
around.
Wait.
Wait, well.
I don't have a race wheel.
A waste wheel.
Look, come on, no.
I'm not like our friend who has one who just plays F1 and nothing else.
Waste wheel.
Wait.
Yeah, do you remember where that's from? Don't step banana.
God, not him again.
Yeah, next gen consoles, I'm definitely excited about them.
Right.
I think they're probably definitely the best consoles that are coming out.
Right, I've got one topic we can talk about. You said about topics so far. in your guys' opinion, is next gen too early?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I don't know.
No, because you've got all these new games coming out, like Ghosts and Arkham and W2K, whatever. These like really big games coming out. I think it could have been delayed at least like half a year because we're not going to have time to play them like really thoroughly on the 360.
True.
And it's still and it's still like pretty.
The thing
doing
is,
pretty well.
though, we got like the Xbox 360 and that well into the 7th generation.
Yeah.
I mean, we got ours. Hayden, what year did you get yours?
09.
Yeah, me and Pete got ours in 2010.
Yeah.
Phil?
It's been
Can't
around for 4
remember. I
years.
think it was 09.
An expected lifespan for
Oh.
every console is normally 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
It's only been 8 so far. I would, if I could hold on, I would hold on 2-3 years.
Thing is,
before
though,
go on
I
Xbox
did.
One.
Yeah.
I was thinking at first, the Xbox 360 and the PS3 will stay for another few years. I can't really see why
No.
they bring another one
No,
out. They're
it's-
doing so well.
Right.
And then you were just like, oh no, there'll be another one next year. And I was
They're
like,
probably.
I bet I
yeah.
probably won't be, but I'll keep it in mind anyway. But you
Yeah.
were right, there were consoles coming out this year.
I was right,
so-
and I'm still right.
That's
What I'm
the
saying, I'm
one
probably
thing.
going to get one this year.
You said it
I'm
last.
still
10 to
happy
12
with this.
years.
I'm still happy with my current console. I don't
Yeah.
want to be upgrading.
I'm
What
happy
is
with
there
it.
on the next console that you're not going to get on 360 these next 2 years?
I know there's
I
new
don't know.
features.
Call of Duty Ghost,
but-
both consoles. Destiny
Look
on
at
all
the new
4
360.
consoles.
Pardon?
Look at the new 360. See what it's like for the old 360.
The what?
The
The
360,
Xbox One type 360.
Yeah, the newest one.
the newest one, it's the same.
They'll
It's
bring
the
that.
same
It's
thing.
exactly.
It's just a different model.
It's just exactly the same specs.
It's exactly the same specs, just a different case.
They can't exactly change the specs though and keep it the same name, can they?
No, they can't.
Otherwise,
because-
game developers would have to rethink about stuff. Like they'll be thinking, "Oh, right, it'll work on that 360, but not that one."
Yeah, it's like
So-
saying an iPhone. For example, iPhone 4S and iPhone 3 will have different specs. You could have to have
Yeah.
to rename it,
Yeah.
which is why it's quite handy calling it an S because you can make a
Slim.
game for Xbox 360 S and an Xbox 360. But it should be still universal in my opinion. So if you name model Xbox 360 and Xbox One, they should be specific for that console, not for different models.
I mean,
So
I
that's
do have
never
to agree. I
happened.
think it is time for graphics to enhance quite a bit.
Yeah, because
It's got so far. If you compare, like,
No, I disagree. I
What?
disagree. Looking at how the Xbox 360 first started with the first launch games, for example, Cameo. If you ever remember
COD
Cameo.
2.
yeah,
COD 2, etc. One of the first games ever launched on 360, and now you're going into 8 years in the future, and GTA 5, the capability of that,
I know.
and that's the same graphics they used since they first launched it. It's not graphics you need to worry about. It's software.
Yeah,
Software-
I do still think that the graphics.
I wish they could upgrade. I reckon though, but it is time for a bit of an upgrade to the model though. There's giving it a bigger hard drive because now 250 gig is not enough.
Yeah,
Especially with the second disc hitting in most games now for upgrading it for 8 gig. HD
yeah,
content.
that is the thing with all the high graphic games. That you need to install stuff like you were saying with GTA 5.
GTA 5, and then you got other
It's-
games.
how
into
big? Is,
Forza.
how big's the install? Like, is it 5 gigs?
No, it's
8
It's
gigs.
8.5 gig.
8.5 gigs.
Yeah. I actually got away with it though because I've got the limited edition Halo one, so I got 420 gigabyte.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
you're
a big
quite
one.
So
right.
I'm basically in the
I
clear.
thought
I've
at
installed every
first-
single one of my games, and
I
I'm still
thought
at
at
like
first-
300.
I thought at first, 250 gigs, that'll take me years to use. I've probably used about 125 gigabytes in 3 years.
Yeah.
At the moment, I upgraded last year from a 60 gig console to 120, and I've still got about 15 gig left.
Yeah, so you've still got a fair amount left.
And then again, I do download stupid demos, so it sort of takes.
Yeah.
I still got like 275.
I have loads of arcade games.
Oh, what I want about it, the topic at the moment, what I want about Xbox and stuff. The games with gold this month are 2 arcade games. World of Keflings, which is that comes out. That's already out today.
That game's fun.
World of Keflings, and then they've got
It's an Avatar game. You're
Iron,
like a
Iron
giant.
Forge, I think it's called.
You use
Right.
your avatar
Iron
as a
Forge. They
giant,
come out.
What's,
Yeah.
what's
and
that?
you're building
Another
civilization
arcade
around
game.
you.
It says the first one's a strategy like house building game, keeping your
Avatar game.
Avatar game, yeah, and the
What's
second.
this? Tell me more.
World of Kevling.
Yeah,
I,
basically,
I love
you're
games
a
like,
giant.
I love games
You'll
like
love World
you
of
build-
Kefling.
I
Your
love-
avatar is a giant, and you're building a massive civilization around you.
I'm getting that.
That's free anyway. It's free out today.
Alright.
And
okay,
I know
okay.
free out. No, yesterday for you guys watching.
Write the name down for me because I'll forget. But
Yeah, I'll do it in a minute. For you. Right, and also on the 16th is a tower defense game which is called Iron Forge, which is free on the
Ooh.
16th.
I have not heard of that.
Both it's worth $9.99 US, which I think is about $6.99 over here in the UK. So it's worth it for free. then again, you just got to keep telling yourself it's free. It might not be good, but it's free.
And I think it's with me.
Yeah.
All those free games for gold, I've got every single one.
Yeah, so
Even
have I.
though I don't play them anymore,
No.
I still
I've
keep them
not
just in case I get
downloaded
bored.
The only decent ones so far have been Halo 3, Assassin's Creed 2, and Dead Rising 2. In my
I've
opinion.
not
Yeah.
downloaded any of them.
And then
mainly
Wow.
because I
Dead
can't
Rising
be
2 DLC.
bothered.
Halo
They're
3 was
probably
free.
games. Yeah, I know, but they're probably. I've already got Halo 3. Assassin's Creed 2 I've completed, got all the achievements on and got rid of it, but
Yeah,
Well,
you
at
got
the end
every
of the day,
single
it's
achievement,
free.
including the feathers.
I
At the end of
know.
the day, it's free,
just-
and I think anyone who takes it for free, who doesn't take it for free, is losing out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but then again, even if it is free, I don't really want to be playing something that's rubbish. It's like a car,
Yeah.
for example. What
Hmm.
I nearly said driving then because I'm thinking I'll say something about cars. If you got given a free car that was absolutely rubbish,
Shit, I'd
failed
flog it.
all
I'd
of its
flog it.
MOTs,
I'd flog it. Flog
Yeah,
it,
I'd
buy
flog
something
it.
different.
and
Flog it for free.
I mean, you wouldn't exactly want to drive it, would you?
No, I'd
if
flog
it's
it for
gonna
300
fail
quid,
its
buy
Well,
MOT.
if
it.
it was my first
Horrible.
car, I would say I would actually drive it just in case I crash.
Well, yeah.
Than actually having a better car and crashing that, because it'll be a
Yeah,
lot
but
cheaper.
still,
than
if
it
it fails its MOTs, you're not allowed to drive
No,
it.
but say it's a shitty car that you don't want.
Yeah,
I'd flog it and get a different one.
yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, it's free. Take it. Do what you want with it.
Anyway,
Use it,
Let's talk about the online services quickly.
Yep.
Obviously, we've got Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. What one's better?
I
It
have to say
depends.
Xbox.
It's a no-brainer, I'm afraid.
Overall, Xbox Live, but in when you go to detail, I think for games it's better with PS Plus because PS Plus you get all your free games, especially with Vita.
Yeah.
True.
It's shared between two consoles. So at the moment you got like last month they released Far Cry 3 for free on PlayStation 3. You wouldn't see you wouldn't see that on Xbox 360 for a
Yeah.
long
See,
time.
I think that Microsoft ought to do something like that because I know that PlayStation Plus, that money goes at the moment just directly towards getting those games, doesn't it, for
Yeah.
free? Whereas Xbox Live, that
goes
goes
towards
to
their
maintaining and securing the servers, and then they're also giving you the free games for 360 at the minute.
At the moment, I think
I
PS Plus
would
is
like to
starting
see it implemented into the Xbox
It's
One maybe in about a
competition.
year
The more
or
Sony
so.
step up, but the more that Microsoft
Yeah,
step up.
because I mean,
The better they
does
step
the
up, the
PS3
better
have
we
cross?
get.
Does the PS3 have cross game chat?
Cross game chat, no.
Yeah,
PS4 now does.
That's the thing
PS4
that
now
really
does.
let the PSN down.
Which is why PS4 and Xbox One are equivalent in nearly every perspective apart from specs.
yeah.
I would say
Well,
whichever
yeah.
console you'll get, you will not be unhappy
The
with.
thing is, yeah, you can't really say that one of them's rubbish now because these two consoles are so similar.
They're so similar, but
They're-
it just all they have is Sony and Microsoft on.
I mean, you could
Literally.
say, I mean, everyone has their own preferences, but I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the PS3 and PSN at the moment, but I have to
You were with
say, now
PlayStation
that the
2.
PS4 has come out and they're updating the PSN and all that, I have changed my views of it, and I'm
A
thinking
lot.
that the PS4 looks pretty
Since I got
good.
the PS3 a couple of months back now, I actually do. I don't prefer it to Xbox, but it's changed my light on it
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm.
I used to
I'm
hate
still
it.
not going to get a PS3 because I genuinely do not like the system on it.
PS3
the
is
PS4
The
system.
PlayStation is good for its exclusives. Apart from that, there's not much else to it.
The PS4
I,
system.
I've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, and when you're playing with that controller, I just feel so weird and different. You're
Yeah.
shooting like that, you're running like that. It's just nah.
The PS4
Call of Duty
system
not for me
though.
on that.
The PS4 system though looks much better.
Yeah.
I mean, the Xbox.
I want to see the interface running on it properly, like full,
Yes.
someone
The
playing it.
Xbox One, they have shown some stuff, haven't
Yeah.
The Xbox One looks too similar to the 360 dashboard.
they? Yeah.
That's my opinion. It might be black and stuff. But
Yeah.
it just looks too
They
similar.
need a new dashboard because of it is a new set of consoles.
Yeah. End of the day, Xbox One, in our opinion, will be better than 360. Will be better than PS4. Just in a matter of opinion, we play with past consoles.
Which console's better than its predecessor?
What,
PS4, I think. Do you reckon?
predecessor? You mean Xbox One?
No,
Hang on.
which one's better than the previous console? Which
Which one's improved
yeah.
the most?
Yeah, which one's improved
one
the most
pre-
since it's like
PS4.
PS4?
Oh,
yeah.
obviously.
Yes, that's what I
definitely.
say. Yeah.
Million miles. But which one could improve a bit more to help maybe boost the competition up? I reckon Microsoft hasn't put much effort into the Xbox One. Sony announced the console first, which made Microsoft rush.
Yeah,
True.
but
I
then
think pretty much. I think Microsoft we're getting ready to announce the Xbox One next year for launch at Christmas. They've had to rush it a bit early because Sony announced it back in
But
February.
the only thing is, though, with the PS4's reveal, they didn't actually show you the console.
Yeah.
They're done on purpose because they want to see Microsoft's reaction. If you read some of the newspapers and some of the bulletins,
Yeah, they
that's
did
what
it to rush.
Sony held off showing the console till E3 or just after E3.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Microsoft didn't do too badly.
you got shown the
The
controller.
only thing I would criticise Microsoft for was that policy that they originally had for the pre-owned games. I
Pre-owned
reckon
game,
that
I hate
is
it.
absolutely
DRM, I
terrible.
wasn't too. You're
I
always,
couldn't
you're always
care-
online. You're always
I-
online.
yeah, I
At the moment,
couldn't-
I'm online.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
I'm
care
always
less
online.
about DRM.
I'm hooked up. The only time I'm not online is when I'm trying to collect an achievement.
I
for
mean, I might
example.
not have the best
Yeah.
internet connection,
Reach.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it still
I got
works.
banned from that for doing
You
that.
and your reach.
I got banned from getting.
Yeah, he did the
credits
glitch
on-
with the monthly thing. That he did it. Then he got
I
like
got
24
banned
out of
from Bungie.
25.
They didn't like me very
things.
much because I glitched credits.
Wait,
and was
what's
banned
this?
back on Halo Reach, right?
Oh yeah, Bungie.
Yeah, I got banned for 2 weeks remaining credits because I glitched the challenges to get loads and loads of XP.
He kept on
That's
taking
why
it
I'm
out
a general
of
grade 2.
I haven't been on Halo Reach for over a year.
We should
I've
do
been
a
on
Let's
it
Play
quite
at one
recently.
point.
We could do.
It's the
Actually, want
best.
to see, guys, put in the comments if you want to see us do a Let's Play on any game or anything, and in one of our Let's Play videos, put a comment you want to see this. That's what I'm going to put out there right now.
The hole in my teeth.
Anyway, we've been talking for about an hour.
That's
Quickly.
pretty much near the end, I think.
So
Have
yeah,
they sorted out the thing saying that some console, well, like Xbox One and PS4, didn't Microsoft say that you're not going to be able to talk to anybody over PS4 with the Xbox One?
you can't do that.
Yeah,
And you won't
anyway.
be able
Didn't they? Were they talking about
No,
that?
they weren't
No.
talking about it.
Microsoft have said though you can't cross-chat the Xbox One and 360.
Oh, can you not?
That was
No, because apparently the Xbox One is going to use Skype
Oh.
to power its voice chats.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, it's
God,
gonna
that
be
means
something-
we're going to have
Did
a
you not
Skype
see?
account.
Did you not see CGN? I put it in there.
No, I didn't watch it.
Apparently, it's going to use something called Skype Tech or
Oh,
something,
fuck.
which is powering all the voice things.
Well, you better keep your 360 then.
Yeah, I am. I'm not getting rid of that thing. I
No.
love it.
360 was amazing.
When
never
I'm
get rid
old
of
and
mine.
grey, that'll be sat on my mantelpiece.
That was
Yeah.
sat in the attic.
In
and
a
like,
nice
it's
No.
not about-
Even if mine gets the red ring of
If I
death, I'm
if
just gonna
I'm
keep
if
it.
I become a rich man in the future, I will have a museum of all my games.
museum?
consoles. Yeah, in the house. In the
I
house.
just had the Wii.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
in the house.
Nintendo 64.
In the house, I could just have like a little room with all my games consoles in it,
You-
nice
you-
little podiums and glass boxes with nice little golden signs with text engraved on them saying Xbox 360 purchased or received on 25th of December 2010. So yeah, I ought to do that if I'm a rich man.
Alright, I think we're talking about that long enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it for the podcast this month. Next gen console, the first next gen console will be coming out in 20 days' time from the release of this podcast. So,
No, Ed, no.
Yeah.
It depends where you are.
well, yeah.
It
but-
comes out in just under. It's 2 weeks now, Hope Friday, for the PS4, and it's now just 3 weeks until the Xbox One, and then
Oh
four,
yeah, actually that's a good point. I forgot.
4
that-
weeks
yeah.
until the PS4 over here.
Yeah,
So 14 days to go, and then the PS4 will be released, and you can
3 weeks till Xbox One.
Mhm.
Hooray!
Oh,
see. You just gotta think. Months back, you're just thinking, wow, it's 4 months away. I can't be
know.
asked to wait.
I mean, how long ago? It feels like it was not long ago they revealed the Xbox One, and we were sat on Xbox just like talking to each other, like, "Shut up! They're about to unveil it."
On live event. though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that was back in May, which was now 5 months ago.
around my birthday.
Nearly 6
Seems
months
like
ago.
yesterday, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Right, I think we're talking about
Yeah,
that.
that's enough.
Right.
That's the podcast for November 2013.
See you later, guys.
Yeah, check out the podcast for December 2013 when it comes out,
Oh,
which,
Jesus,
Eventually.
which will be coming out on the 7th of December.
Yep.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
5
till
weeks,
then.
and we'll be
Ooh.
back. Goodbye.
Scrambled
See ya.
eggs.
Goodbye.
I like fried eggs.
The Cinity Gaming Podcast.